If you want 100% proof that you will receive the exact amount of money that you desire, you're in for a big surprise because I have the proof. When you do this simple process, you will attract the money you expect. And here's 100% proof. Now for the proof. I don't have any. No, I'm just joking. Here's the proof. It's on the screen right now. This is a screenshot. I blocked her name out for privacy, but she was able to attract $2,500 in a matter of days using this very simple technique. The first step is to run a virus scan on your mental money operating system. Now, what's crazy is neuroscientists tell us that the human brain isn't fully developed until about 18 years old. And studies show that up until the time you're about 6 years old, you're pretty much in a constant state of hypnosis. Now, essentially, your brain waves are moving so slowly that your mind is like a sponge that's absorbing and accepting whatever's impressed upon it. And this is very dangerous for your financial life. Now, the reason this is dangerous is because when you're a kid, your mind is kind of like this empty cup right here, right? You can put anything that you want into this cup, right? You could put some good water, you could put some gasoline, you could spit into this cup. You can give yourself powerful life force energy with very high quality water. You can put anything you want inside of this cup. Dirty water, bunch of fluoride and put it in the water. Windex. You can put something totally toxic and destructive into this cup. And hypothetically, you could drink it and you could ingest it. Now, just a public disclaimer, I do not advise you to fill your cup with Windex or fluoride and drink it, and we have to make that statement for YouTube. But in all seriousness and in like manner, your young mind is just like this cup. It's filled with all sorts of negative and terribly destructive beliefs and habits about money and financial success. And in your formative years, your mind accepted whatever money beliefs were poured into it by your parents, by the news, by churches, and by the entire world around you. But let's think about what that actually means, because it's not good. 75% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. That means they filled your cup with their ideas. That means there's a 75% chance that the money beliefs and financial habits that were poured into your mind from others have been training you to tread water financially. 2 out of 3 Americans in the richest country in the world, they said they're losing sleep over finances. This means that 2/3 of the people who poured their energy into your subconscious are habitually worried about money, and it's destroying their lives. The average American said that they cannot come up with $500 for an emergency within 24 hours. The data is very bleak and it's very sad, right? But it's just the reality. And the point is that the average financial influence that you and I got from the world around us has programmed you to be broke and struggle financially. Now, enough with that sad story because it's making me feel negative, dude. And here's where the good part comes. You can run a virus scan for the financial viruses that have been installed into the mental operating system, i.e. your subconscious mind. You ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is it really true? Do these habits help me? Or does this habit hurt me, financially speaking? And this is what leads us into big idea number 2. Brainwash yourself for wealth before the world brainwashes you to stay broke. And they are brainwashing you to stay broke. And instead of just talking in theory, why don't I tell you a story about how I was able to build a $1 million business and retire my wife in our 20s. So I was 21 years old and I realized I had all these very crappy negative mental viruses and negative belief systems about money and success that I had inherited from the world. I knew what my dreams were, and you might know what your dreams, what your goals, what you want. I wanted to be this big, successful author, publishing books, making millions of dollars, inspiring millions of people. And maybe you're like me, you're excited about that big goal, but then there's this little sinister voice in your head that tells you all this garbage about how it's not possible. You might not be good enough, you might not be smart enough, you might not be capable enough, your teeth are crooked. Well, I decided I was just gonna delete those mental viruses from my mind entirely. And that's where I came up with the phrase, brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you. You could comment it down below. Brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you. So I decided I was just gonna brainwash myself to become rich and really successful. Why not, right? Why not? So by the time I was 27 years old, I'd made my first few million dollars, published 3 books with Penguin Random House, the #1 English publishing company in the world. I had books translated into other languages, all types of amazing things that I never would have thought were possible, and nobody told me they were possible. And all I did was brainwash myself for wealth before the world brainwashed me to stay broke. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, one thing that I did is I created a success hypnosis for myself. And then Bob Proctor, my mentor, told me I needed to start creating sleep audio programs for myself. So I built subliminal sleep audio programs to program myself for wealth. Now, there's a big long story behind why sleep's so powerful, but essentially all you need to know is your brainwave states slow down, you move into a state similar to hypnosis, and when that happens, you have direct access to erase the mental viruses for money. And yours might be that money's evil, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not good at numbers, you didn't go, whatever the other crap is. Before sleep, you can delete those. And I created a sleep system for myself that I used for years. And then everyone started asking, can I put it out? And I actually now turned it into a subliminal audio wealth program, a sleep system that you can use to sleep better and program your mind. It's called Sleep and Get Rich. Yeah, sleep and get rich, because why not? So if you want, you could check out the audio subliminal sleep program right there down below. It's pinned to the comments and in the description. It's jakeducey.com/sleep, and you can check out Sleep and Get Rich, the audio program I use to start brainwashing myself for money before sleep. And now that you have started to pour out all the crap in your cup and actually rebuild your mind, this leads us into big idea number 3. The famous Michelangelo once said, "The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark." Now, I invite you to imagine that the financial and money beliefs that you inherited from the world around you are kind of like an invisible financial prison. Inside of this invisible financial prison is how much money you believe that you can ever make. Year after year, you stay stuck within those limitations, never realizing that you can escape because it's just an invisible prison. And it reminds me of when I was a kid, my neighbor had an invisible electric fence for their black Labrador dog. The fence was invisible, but the collar on the dog would shock the dog if it tried to escape. And one day I remember I was feeling really bad for the dog, and I actually took the electrical fence posts out of the ground and I moved them so the dog could step outside of the invisible prison. "Come here, doggy, come here." And even though I removed the electrical fence, the dog had been programmed not to go any further because it got used to those invisible walls and it believed that they were real. And similarly, you and I have been programmed by invisible walls that have led you to believe you can only earn so much money. So your habits, your beliefs, your actions, your ideas, they have all been designed to keep you inside the invisible financial prison of your own making. And this is why Michelangelo said that the greatest tragedy in life is not that you aim too high and then you miss it. It's that you aim too low and you reach it. So here's the million-dollar question. What do you really want? Not what do you think you can get based off of your past experiences. What do you really want? How much money do you actually want to earn? What kind of lifestyle do you really want to live? Not how much money do you think that you can earn based off of what's happened the last 5 years, or what you were told, or what you think, but what do you really want? Do you want to earn an extra $1,000 a month? Do you want to have a beautiful home in the mountains? Do you want to be the top salesperson at your company? Do you want to be a successful YouTuber or a social media influencer? Do you want to be a successful online tutor or an entrepreneur or a photographer? Whatever it is that you truly desire financially, what I invite you to do is to practice mentally rehearsing it every night before you go to sleep, while your mind is shutting down, while you're lying there in bed, falling to sleep, mentally rehearsing exactly what it is that you want, feeling, seeing the prosperous life that you want. Turn on my subliminal audio sleep system, Sleep and Get Rich, and allow your mind to be reprogrammed for the life that you actually want to live. Here's what's crazy. They said that 2/3 of Americans are losing sleep over money. This is what's crazy about it. When your conscious mind shuts off, that's the time to reprogram your subconscious. But if you're worrying about money before bed, you are mentally rehearsing more financial limitations. You are further building more invisible bricks in your own financial prison. And this is why I created Sleep and Get Rich. So you can check that out. It's jakeducey.com/sleep, pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. Now here's what I want you to do. Stick your index finger right into your left nostril. No, I'm just joking. What I want you to do is challenge yourself. Ask yourself, are these ideas real? Can I actually only make $15 an hour, $40,000 a year, $75,000? Can I actually only do that? And what you'll find is it's just an invisible prison. Now, I want you to share your success story, and I love to feature it, like the woman at the start of this video that attracted an extra $2,500. So let me know in the comments right there down below. If you love this video, comment down below, I love this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe, bell notification, all that fun stuff. And be sure to check out Sleep and Get Rich, my subliminal audio sleep system to reprogram your mind for wealth. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for watching.